Yo, so we getting ready for workout number 2 right now, and before I head out, I really just wanted to hop on here and make this video because I was reflecting a little bit about my routine, what I did today, kind of my lifestyle, and understanding that I'm really in a situation, a point of my life to where I'm really blessed and honored enough to do what I love to do every day, right? And I had pulled out, the Steve Jobs book because what I've come to find out by learning and studying success for years now is that probably the most guaranteed way to build wealth is to do what you love. Now, there's another philosophy from Cal Newport. In his book, So Good They Can't Ignore You, he talks about why skills trump passion and the quest for work you love. So the question is it skills or is it doing what you love that's going to get you to where you want to go? Like when it comes to building wealth, it requires a lot of effort. It requires consistency. It requires to actually do something a lot of times over and over and over again. If you want to be a successful YouTuber, you got to keep making videos. If you want to be a successful business person, you have to keep making contacts, keep expanding. If you want to be a successful artist, anything, right? Like you have to do a high volume of the work. And that's what Cal is talking about, is like the more volume you do of the work, the better you get at it, and therefore the more you're gonna like it. So usually the better that we are at something, the more we're gonna like it. For example, like I said, I was on my way to the gym, thinking about my life. How does this all come into play with how I've structured my life and lifestyle design? Well, what do I love to do? I love to help people. I love to, what would I do for free? A friend calls me up, hey, I got this thing going on in my life, this girl situation, or I'm trying to make more money, or I want to do this in my life. Like, I'm already trying to help this person. Like, I enjoy that. Like, if my friend calls me trying to get advice or get help, that's a conversation I would love to have and love to facilitate, right? So, not only do I love that, but I love the ability to persuade, influence. I want to get good at that. I want to get good at the skill of, because I feel like I have good insights and I have good strategies and I'm able to synthesize information to help people to get to where they want to go. So how do I practically do that? Is I have to influence and persuade people to follow my ideas, right? So I say this to say, when it comes to helping people, persuasion, I've structured my life around sales. I'm selling a coaching program that helps people get better jobs at this present moment. And with this program, it's a software, it's coaching, and a lot of times I have to walk candidates through their own mindset, their beliefs about why they can't get a job, why they're not worthy, why they don't feel valued. So I'm tapping into, a lot of the topics that I'm interested in as well. So it's like personal development, coaching, understanding mindset, understanding beliefs, understanding these things. So again, I've not ultimately where I want to be, this huge mega entrepreneur, the vision plan, right? Of like where we're going 20 years out. But I was able to reverse engineer that vision to my present day lifestyle and structure something to where I could wake up and feel happy about what I do. Not only do I do calls, sales calls most of the day, but I also make content, making videos. I like this right here. I like what I'm doing right now. I like coming on here and being able to hopefully give you something, someone in my community, a nugget, a bar, something that they can take and apply to their life immediately and see different results. So that plays into factor in my lifestyle, right? And then also the gym. I go to the gym once, probably twice every day. And it's because I love it. It's because that's what I want to do with my energy. I want to maximize my potential in my body. I enjoy being at the gym. It's like a meditation for me. It's fun to me. Like, it's literally fun. It's social. I meet people. So it's a big part of my routine as well. And I've structured that into my lifestyle where I can do that often enough. How many people do you know, maybe you're one of them, who have a job, that they don't like? They have to go to work at hours that they don't want to, and they have to do something that they don't want to do, and they have to be around people that they don't like, and their whole lifestyle is terrible. It's like, that's literally a recipe for disaster, and you're signing up for a lifetime of suffering if that's what you're willing to accept in your life. But what I'm here to tell you, and based off my own lifestyle and something I was able to recreate and transform in my life, because this wasn't how I lived 5 years ago. I was dropping out of school at 18, figuring out life, trying to figure out what I want to do, working at Best Buy, again, it was still kind of in alignment with the long-term vision of helping people and being able to sell in that type of environment. But it wasn't the freedom I wanted. I wanted to be able to book a vacation if I wanted to. I wanted to have enough money to have some flexibility in my lifestyle. I didn't want to have a manager making my calendar every week and saying, hey, you got to be in work at this time and pull up at this time and leave at this time. Like, I didn't want the rigidity of it. So again, might not be where I'm all the way where I want to be, but I have the lifestyle now to where I do have those things that I was looking for. So it's about getting really clear on what you want. Like, what do I want out of work? And then reverse engineering that. So I wanted to give you 2 major keys that I think will be able to help you with this, right? So how do you figure out what you love to do? A lot of people have that question. I had that question for a long time. And honestly, I think it's something that you constantly develop, especially if you're a young person. Like, growing up, again, I would constantly have this question, what do I love to do? Because you would hear it, follow your purpose, find what you love to do these things. And then you hear it so often, and you get so frustrated on not having clarity and not knowing what that is, that you just, give up on trying to do it, right? Like, you just don't even try to find it no more. And that's when you find Cal Newport and the online community say, don't find your purpose, just focus on skills. And that's cool for the moment to maybe get you some cash flow, but in the long term, you want to use that cash flow to ultimately do what with your time? You want to enjoy your time. The quality of our life is the quality of the time that we have. If we can have all the money in the world, the best relationships, amazing health, great family, tons of friends, but ultimately we don't feel happy or we don't enjoy that life for us personally, then on the outside looking in, that don't really matter. It's all about, how you feel about the things that you do in your life. So how can we, again, reverse engineer, structure this life to get us what we love? Because again, this is stuff that every single successful person at the highest level talks about. The Steve Jobs, the LeBron James, the Michael Jordans of the world, the Kanye West, any great builder of society and pushing culture forward and really helping us progress as humanity as a whole has all talked about this concept of finding what you love to do and what you were here to do. Well, first step, I think, is to understand that you do have a gift. It might be something that you haven't uncovered yet, but through self-discoveries, through asking yourself the right questions, you can really start to find out, what are my gifts? What am I good at? What do I enjoy doing as far as activities? And I think the best question to start with is, what problem do I want to solve? What do I think is the biggest problem in humanity? For me, I think it's education. I think everything stems from education, but it starts by what we feed our brain, what we put into our brain, and ultimately that's going to create our life. So if I could help facilitate the change of education by putting new thoughts in people's brains that maybe improve the quality of their life, then I think that's going to be very valuable for the world long term. I think that's going to open more businesses. I think entrepreneurship is a big problem. So you can start to list out these problems that you see in the world, and then after you have a problem identified, then start to ask yourself, what skill set are you curious about learning to help solve this problem, right? So for example, and I think I'm just coming to this realization right now as I'm making this video, but this is something that, again, I've been thinking about for years, but I want to hopefully give someone in this video a shortcut to really cut through and get really clear on, how to find what you love to do, and understanding that that's going to be important for you to have joy and fulfillment in life. So if you ask the question, what problem I want to solve? Boom, education. Okay, cool. What's the different components of education? And what's the different components of making money with education, right? Because we all have to build wealth. We all have to have resources. We all have to have a place to stay. We all have to have food to eat. We all got to have health care, be able to take care of our families, ourselves. So this is a necessity. It's not a question mark. It's just how you're going to create your wealth, how you're going to create your money. So analyze the business as a whole. Okay, how is money made here? You got professional education. I don't agree with that industry. That's exactly why we are in the place we are when it comes to education, when it comes to like institutionalized education. But then you have self-education. Oh, that's interesting. Then you down that rabbit hole. Okay, boom, this is how people make money in self-education. This and this and this and this. And then you go deeper and deeper with those questions of, what problem, who do I want to help, who do I want to work with, what product do I think can solve it, and then again, what skill set, because I think we should, when it comes to our career decisions, think in terms of skill sets that's going to ultimately create the life that we desire. So I knew I wanted to have money. 80% of billionaires started off in sales. So that was kind of my initial introduction into sales, and then I grew to find that I actually loved it. But that was for me, right? Like, I could have took a different direction and said, hey, I want to be in education. There's the educator, there's the teacher, the person that's giving the ideas, that's giving the instruction, that's coaching, that's helping, that's getting somebody a better result. But then there's also the person that's recording the content, if it's content, or there's the person that's doing the finances of the business, and they really enjoy operations and figuring out how to make products, or they're more of a tech person, so they want to figure out a tech product that could support this problem. And like I said, hopefully these are just giving sparks of ideas and sparks of ways that where you can think about what problems do I want to solve in the world, and what skills am I curious about learning to help solve this problem. And the key word there is curious, because how I want to end this video is that a lot of times we may confuse what we love to do and what we lust after. So I think love is more synonymous with a curious type of state and mentality, like an Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole leading down a thing. But then there's also what we lust after that can disguise itself as what we truly love to do. And usually those are the things that we have been influenced by when it comes to the media and what we've seen for years. So like early on in my life, growing up, my whole big thing was I wanted to own a record label. I wanted to be in the music business. And that's not to say that I won't be in the music business or I won't own a record label. That's still a goal and a dream and something I'm going to create with my life. But is it something that I truly love? Is it to the core of the problems that I want to solve in the world? Is it to the core of what I feel like is important? No, right? I wanted to have the lifestyle I associated with being in the music business. I associated having status with the people I wanted to have status with, AKA get the girls I wanted to get. I also built the relationship, the cool people I seen growing up. I wanted to meet Drake and Kanye West and all this stuff. And again, I can still meet these people, but it's the vehicle to get there. So I thought the music industry was the vehicle to get me, again, the status that I thought, oh, music business, I can make a lot of money. Oh, I can have a lot of chains. Oh, I enjoy listening to music, so therefore I will enjoy the business of selling music, which is two completely different things. So it's like you have to get, again, clear on what the problem is and how and what skill set you can fit in there. Like, yes, I like listening to music, but do I want to go around to record label to pitch artists that are under my label and pitch their music to get onto another label? Like, the way the business is structured right now, I'm not sure I would really be curious about how to structure those type of deals, or even the impact that it could have on the end user. Again, not to say I won't get in the record business, and not to say that music isn't impactful. I'm just saying that for me, when I look at the greater vision for my life, 20 years down the road, 30 years down the road, 40 years down the road, 50 years down the road, I'm probably going to want to keep talking about the things I'm talking about right now in this video. And I want to get better at it. I want to master it. I'm curious about the skill of influence, of leadership, of speaking, of communication. And it was never a lust. Like, I never really, the music business. Like, I really lusted after the music business, like the record label, like the image, like, wouldn't that be, like, it was never like that. With this, it's like, oh, this is going to, like, who, Jim Rohn has the quote, it's like, it's not what you're getting paid on the job, but it's about who you become in the process. So, when you really tap into that core, when you tap into what you love and how you see yourself fitting into that problem, you really start to resonate with the person that you become if you actually master it. Like, if I did master the skill set, or was able to help people transform their lives, or be able to influence and be able to get people better results in their life, what would that take of me to become? What's the skill sets required? And am I interested in this topic enough to stay curious, stay learning it, and stay trying to figure out how to do it better? And at this point in my life, That's where I'm at, and that's what I am willing to do and am doing right now, and trying my best to continuously improve and get better at it every day at it, because I think it's super valuable for not only myself, but anybody to learn, even if it's not your passion. But specifically in this video, I want you to really, again, take the time to ask yourself those two questions. What problem am I interested in solving? What problem do I want to solve? What do I feel like the biggest problems are in the world? And what skill sets am I curious about inside of that problem? And then figure out how to, obviously blend the two. If the problem is education, and the skill sets that you want to master inside of that are communication, ability to influence, ability to teach, ability to lead a group, and you start studying your skills and you're curious about it, now you just combine the two, which is why I'm selling the educational program right now. So put yourself in alignment with the flow of money, and things will start to come in place. And I think that doing what you love allows you to really get good at the thing that you want to do, and really get good results for people, because ultimately business, making money, is all a game of who could provide the most value. So I hope this was valuable to you. If you liked the video, like the video, comment what you want to see next, subscribe if you're new. Catch you all in the next one. Peace.